Get Ripple, the bright new drink with that ring-a-ding flavor. Ripple.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Sorry, I'm chewing candy corn right into the microphone.
We dipped into the candy corn. Oh, where's my drink?
It's right here. I couldn't pour yours because it's too far away, and you have a bottle and not a cup. Okay. So Rosa brought drinks tonight, and I'm actually drinking tonight. I lasted 1 week of not drinking.
And you're not complaining about the drinks tonight. Normally
No,
you complain
I'm
about
not.
my drinks.
It's just some vodka and spiced cider. Is that any special kind of vodka? Or it's just regular old vodka?
It's what was in the freezer.
Perfect. And we have candy corn to go along with it, which I'm going to try to stop chewing into the microphone.
And we have a pumpkin scented candle.
Oh, did you bring a lighter this time?
No.
Oh, okay.
But we have a pumpkin scented candle.
Well, we'll just pretend.
Okay, do you want to talk about our costumes? Because we're in costume right now.
Okay, so who's going first?
Do you want to talk about what I'm wearing?
Okay. You have some scrubs on.
I have on scrubs.
So you could be a doctor or a nurse.
Correct. Let me show you what I have in my pocket.
Oh, wait, you have a syringe.
And I have a gas can.
Oh. Wait, are you from New Orleans?
Maybe. Am I? No, I don't think I am. Wait. Can you see the pom-pom?
Okay.
Can you see the pom-poms?
All right, that changes everything because I was totally thinking
the hotel.
No, not the hotel, the hospital.
Oh my God, the hotel.
The hospital.
It starts with an H.
Memorial Hospital in New Orleans.
Not a gas can.
But now you have
syringe.
pom-poms, and now I know that you're my least favorite character we've ever talked about on the Ripple podcast.
My hair's in a ponytail with a bow.
Are you going to start doing some cartwheels down the hall?
Yay, you guessed it.
Oh my gosh, I don't remember her name though.
Michelle. I want to say Teets because Booby Teets
well, I
was
think
the
that
neighbor.
was her name at least at one point in time.
Oh my gosh, I totally blanked on her name too. But you got it. Yeah, Michelle Teets or Michelle somebody. The horrible one that killed her husband and burned the house.
Yeah. Yeah, I did not like her.
No, she's terrible.
And I did not like the fact that Rosa spent like God, it's been like a year since your alarm has gone off during a recording. But yeah, you spent like a good 30 minutes telling me her life story.
Mm-hmm. She's cheerleader and she's coach. And Okay, so let me get a better look at you.
Okay.
You are in like a men's blazer.
Uh-huh.
Was your hair like that earlier today?
It was not.
Okay.
That was intentional. My hair is intentionally like this.
It's kind of a Donald Trump comb over poof.
Very close.
Do you have any props?
Help you. Would you like some lemonade and cookies? Why don't you have a seat? Who are you here to see tonight?
Wait, lemonade and cookies? Why do I not know this? Lemonade, cookies, blazer.
Are you a generic white male 69 on AOL Instant Messenger?
What? Who is this? Why do I not know this?
Really?
Help me. I should know. I'm searching my brain.
Okay, give me just a second.
Okay.
Let me play some elevator music and I'm going to read you some script.
I keep thinking of that the kid that like fished and made the story of 187.
I mean, you are close, but this is going back to like episode 3.
Oh my God. Are you No, you're not a hypnotist.
No, that was episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
So generic white male 69. Were you the one who wrote, I have a question then. Can you be my sweet baby tonight? What do you want to do? Can you drive to me? Did you write that? Was that you?
No.
Really? Really? So the IP address that matches your computer at your residence at 379 Walnut Avenue.
Are you the one that busts the people?
Yes, I'm Chris Hansen.
Okay, so
Remember Cookies with Chris?
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna eat some more candy corn. Go ahead.
At first, honestly, I thought you were Zach Baggins.
Oh,
Because of just the suit and everything.
he wears a suit. It's been a long time. I thought he wore like those
black t-shirt.
Yeah, and like a bunch of arm jewelry for some reason.
Yeah. But I thought, like, I mean, you were trying to be like more masculine, so I don't know. Zach Baggins.
Well, I am
was the
trying to
first
be a dude, so
Yeah. Okay, good. That is creative. I mean, I should have known that. The cookies and lemonade should have given it away. Cookies with Chris.
I even got country time.
So wait, did you really need those cookies for my dad?
No, I lied to you.
You told me to buy cookies.
I totally forgot to buy them yesterday when I was at the store.
And I'm like, oh, they're in my car. Do you want me to go give them to Dad? No, I'll hold on to them for a minute. You totally got me.
Yep.
That was really funny. Sure.
Well, since I'm starting over on my diet exercise, no alcohol, no
sweets,
fun, no life plan again tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and have a cookie tonight.
Oh my gosh, why don't you wait until after Halloween?
Because there's always something.
No, that's true. Okay, well, while you eat your cookie, do you want me to tell you a little bit about the history of Halloween?
Yes.
Because that's what we're doing tonight. We're just kind of telling each other like spooky stories, like little quick tidbits.
Yeah, we started off with the whole idea of talking about the true stories behind Halloween movies.
Right.
Which I think I have a couple on here. But I was too worried that we were going to both pick the same ones. So I kind of got a little bit of everything Halloween related, all kinds of spooky snippets.
Well, I started out with our last episode when I asked the question about like where did trick-or-treating come from?
Yeah, why was it okay for children to go around begging for candy from strangers?
Exactly. So
when we tell them the rest of the year never to take candy from strangers.
Right. So that's how my like intro is like the ancient origins of trick-or-treating. Okay, so Halloween has its roots in the ancient pre-Christian Celtic festival of Samhain.
Sam Hunt?
Samhain.
Samhain.
Samhain. Samhain. Samhain?
I have no idea what you're trying to say.
Samhain.
Okay.
I'm going to say Samhain. It's a really hard word for me to say. Okay, so this is celebrated on the night of October 31st by, the Celts, who lived like 2,000 years ago in the area that is now Ireland, the United Kingdom, and northern France. Identify those on a map.
Wait, the what? Are we talking about like Celtic?
Did I say, what did I say, Celtic?
You said kilts. You didn't even say Celtic. You said kilts. And I was just imagining those little skirts.
Oh, those are kilts.
I thought that's what you said.
I think I said Celts.
I don't know.
The Celtic.
Yeah. Okay,
yes.
sure.
Not the Celtics.
Like any of this means anything to me anyway.
Oh, I swear I just started drinking. Okay, so these people believed that the dead would return to Earth on Samhain. That's that holiday.
That's the name of the day?
Yeah, it's a festival.
Okay, I thought we were talking about a person.
Oh no. It's
Okay.
a festival of Samhain. So on this night, people would gather to light bonfires and offer sacrifices and pay homage to the dead. And then during some of these celebrations, the villagers would disguise themselves in costumes made of like animal skins. And the whole point of that was to keep phantom visitors away. And they'd set these beautiful banquet tables. And on the banquet tables was like food. And the food is left out, not necessarily for them to enjoy, but to like make the unwanted spirits happy, kind of like, offerings to the spirits. So that's one of the like ancient origins of like people wearing costume and, giving out food.
Okay.
I think put that there.
Sure.
So there's something called mumming, not mummy, like the mummies, but like mumming.
Okay.
And that's when people would dress up as ghosts, demons, or other scary creature. And this dates back to the Middle Ages. And then these people, they would perform tricks or silly tasks. And in return for their performances, they would receive food and drinks.
Oh, so treats for tricks.
Treats for tricks. And they are also in costumes, scary costumes.
Uh-huh.
And then by the 9th century, Christianity had spread, and this is like 1000 AD, when the church designated November 2nd as All Souls Day, which was a day to honor the loved ones that had previously passed. So in this area, the poor families, they would go to houses of the very wealthy, and they would promise to pay for the souls of their loved ones. And in return, the wealthier families would give them something called a soul cake as a form of like a thank you.
Wait, they're paying for the souls? What does that mean?
Praying.
Oh, I don't know why I'm like, wait, how much does a soul cost?
$4.
Okay, and a Twix.
And a Twix. So they'd go, knock, knock, knock. Who do you want me to pray for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's going to be, Auntie Sue. Here's a soul cake.
Okay.
So this was referred to as souling, and the practice was later taken up by children who would go from door to door asking for gifts such as food, money, and ale.
Oh, all right.
And I'm
down.
like, yeah, what do you want me to pray for?
Sure.
Hook me up. So in Scotland and Ireland, the kids would do something called guising, and they dressed up in costumes, and they would either sing a song or tell a joke or recite a poem, and then they would in return get like some kind of a treat, fruit, nuts, or coins. I much would prefer the ale. And then there's something called Guy Fawkes Night.
Oh, yeah, Guy Fawkes Night.
You know about that?
Yeah.
Are you
it's
serious?
From V for Vendetta.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh,
that.
you need to, especially now.
Oh,
Watch that.
I'd never heard of it before.
You've never heard of V for Vendetta?
Oh, no. I've heard of V for Vendetta. I've never heard of Guy Fawkes Night.
Okay.
And it's also known as Bonfire Night. So this takes place on November 5th, and it took place on November 5th, 1606. And Guy Fawkes, he was executed for his role in the Catholic-led conspiracy to blow up England's Parliament building during the state opening of Parliament and remove King James I, who was a Protestant, from power. Is that kind of how it is in V for Vendetta?
Sorry, I was looking up a picture of the mask.
Oh, that's what's that guy known as?
Guy Fawkes.
Well, something else too, though. Anonymous.
Oh yeah, they use the mask a lot too.
So during this night, it's what they're celebrating is the stopping of what's called the Gunpowder Plot in 1605, which was the blowing up of the Parliament.
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
you know about the movie.
So the first Guy Fawkes Day was celebrated right after Guy Fawkes's execution, and like huge bonfires were lit, or they called them bone fires, because they were symbolizing the bones of the Catholic Pope. And by the 19th century, these British children, they would like wear masks, probably something similar to what you just showed me, and they'd carry posters or statues that looked like Guy Fawkes, and while begging for pennies and saying, "A penny for the guy, a penny for the guy."
Huh.
So those are just some kind of like, they kind of all tie into
That time of year.
yeah, and like just dressing up as either something that you're not or something that's scary. Just you're taking in some kind of other being, if you will, and pretending to be that person or creature or thing, and either doing tricks or acting silly and then getting some form of something fun
Or praying for lost souls.
in exchange. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure how ethical it is to receive payment for the praying of lost souls, but whatever. I mean,
Do you want to make soul cakes?
well, I was just going to ask, what do you think a soul cake has in it?
What is that thing during a king cake?
I was thinking of that too when you said that. I wonder if that has any sort of correlation.
I don't know. It's got a baby Jesus in it.
Is that what's in it?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. I have so many questions because I always thought like those little things that they put in were plastic, but did they put them in after they bake them? Because otherwise, wouldn't it melt? Or am I way off?
I mean, you would think it would melt.
We're going to have to learn more about this.
Making king cakes
Yeah,
for Mardi Gras.
sure.
We're learning so much.
We are so cultured.
Absolutely. Can you tell me one of your stories?
Yeah, well, first, before I tell you one of mine, how many do you have? Do you have a lot? No? Okay, maybe because
I
mine
have
are
3.
oh, really?
Yeah, but mine are kind of longer.
Yeah, because I was going to say mine are way shorter than yours. So I'll tell you, let me see how many I have. I'll tell you a couple.
Okay, I'm going to eat a cookie while you do that.
Okay, so the first thing that I have isn't necessarily anything to do with the history of Halloween. This is just something that happened to happen. Happened to happen?
Happened to happen.
That's not right.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
This happened on Halloween of 2014. So this was a bad year. Okay, have you ever heard of people calling the police because they see this like crazy Halloween decoration and they don't realize it's just a decoration? Well, this is kind of the opposite of that, because this is a bad year for convincing Halloween decorations when a man dragged a headless body out of his apartment and then kicked the head of it to the other side of the street, all the while people thought it was just a Halloween prank.
Wait, so they're watching this man pull out a headless body and kick the headless body's
drop
head?
the head, soccer ball, kick it across the street.
Go!
And they're like, yes, I bet they did that. But it was real.
That is terrible.
And I don't have the details of the story because I think I got it off of one of those like crazy things that happened on Halloween lists. But I remember hearing about it in the news, and I want to say it was like a relative of his. There was some sort of domestic dispute, and that was like his dad or his mom, or it was really creepy because it was on Who's Going to Hell on I totally remember it. It was yeah. Do we explain that? Do we cut that? Heidi and Frank's a local radio station
that we listen to.
Yeah, and they talked about it. Okay, next little snippet of a story. Oh, wait. No, I have more details to this story.
Let's hear them.
We don't have to just pretend. Okay, so the truth only came to light later when a person tried to move the dead body out from the middle of the street and realized that it was a real person.
Oh, no.
That was the worst Halloween ever for that person.
Oh, no.
The body was that of Patricia Ward, whose son, whose son had a history of mental illness and one night decapitated his mother after he left the body in the street and leapt in front of a moving train.
Oh, wow.
Wow, what a Halloween.
That is not a good trick. Don't try that trick.
No.
Mm-mm.
That's how you turn from solid to
mush.
Vapor. I was going to say liquid, but it's like vaporized.
We said that in stereo.
Yeah. Do you want another one?
Sure, okay. Yeah. Give me one more.
I looked these up a couple days ago, and now I don't really remember what I wrote.
That's okay. I do the same thing.
On Halloween of 1974, Timothy O'Brien was 8 years old when he ate some Halloween candy that was spiked with cyanide. So you know this story,
I know
right?
this story. It's terrible.
I think a lot of people know this story, but maybe don't know the details. And this is the story that kind of caused the whole fear of trick-or-treating candy.
Razor blades and poison
make
and
sure
stuff.
that like all of the candy is wrapped and check everything that your kids have before you let them eat any of it. Because
go ahead. Well, fun fact. When I was trick-or-treating, I think before even like you or Eric were born. So I was probably like 5 or 6. Mom and Dad were taking me out, and they took me to this one house, and the people there had made like homemade candy. And it was like super beautiful. Like I remember like totally wanting to eat it. And after we left the house, they're like, Mom and Dad are like, no, you cannot have that candy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at them being
Parents. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only time they ever told me I
think
couldn't
I
have
would be
it.
a little freaked out regardless of who
Had made it.
Yeah. If it was somebody I didn't know, even people I do know, I'm
I don't know if we actually knew these people or not, but yeah, I couldn't have that candy.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me your other one.
Oh, okay. To finish up on that story, if you're not familiar with it, so what happened was the father of this child actually took out these like crazy life insurance policies on his kids, and he was
His
the one
3
who
children.
Yeah, I think 2 of them died if I remember right.
Just one.
Okay. His father was the one who spiked the candy, motivated by a huge life insurance policy. Yeah. So it went out in the news before they really knew who caused it. And everybody's like, oh, don't eat the candy because there's some crazy person out there trying to kill kids. Turns out he was trying to kill his own kids. So there really wasn't a threat necessarily to other kids around. All right. And then, okay. This is one I had never heard of. And it is so... I don't know. It's just, if you see the pictures of this, which if you're at all squeamish, don't look them up because it's super creepy.
Show me.
Okay, you want me to show you first and then tell you the story?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. So I'm showing you the picture of what happened.
Oh, there's a whole bunch of bodies laid out on mats with blankets over them. I mean, like, a whole bunch of bodies. And there's like an official looking man walking through them, like maybe a detective or something.
Okay, so this is actually, it looks to me like if you just saw the pictures that you would think it was some sort of terror attack or something.
Yeah, it looks
that.
like a explosion of, or some horrible accident happened.
Right, and you are right that it was an explosion. So on Halloween in 1963, an accidental propane gas explosion at an ice skating exhibition in Indiana caused 74 deaths and left 400 people injured.
Wow.
So this deathly incident occurred at Holiday on Ice, an ice skating performance by the Indiana State Fairground Coliseum in Indianapolis, not long after 11 p.m. on October 31st. I can't even talk. This is what happens when I don't drink for like a week and then I have some vodka and now my tongue doesn't work anymore. So while skaters were completing their final routine of the night, gas that had been leaking from a concession area caused an explosion. Flooring caved in, creating a massive crater, and the incident led to 74 deaths, like I said. The Indianapolis Star reported Richard R. Roberts that the events of the night were described as the tragic aftermath of this horrific scene. Quote, "You walked into a nightmare. This was the worst thing that I have seen since my combat time in World War II.
I wonder why no one smelled the gas.
Well, and okay, I was thinking the exact same thing, and I wonder if maybe that's what caused them to start putting odor in gas.
What year was this again?
1963.
And when did odor go in gas?
Well, I mean, doesn't everyone know that? I don't know. That's it. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to say that the tragic ice skating Holiday on Ice incident explosion of 63 is what caused
a smell to be actually put in gas.
Tell me, okay, use your twin brain right now.
Friends episode with Ross. What other interesting things do they do with gas? Yes. I gotcha. I'm with you, sister.
Yeah, I don't mean to laugh at that horrible tragedy.
No, we're laughing at Friends.
Yes.
Friends reference.
Spooky, though.
Yeah, that's terrible. You're, at a fun event and enjoying the ice skating show and...
Yeah.
Terrible. Okay, so what is something that, like, if you were to go into an antique shop or like a thrift store or even, an older person's home or a younger person's home for that matter, what is something that you might see that would be like, oh my God, that creeps me out?
A doll.
There you go. Good job.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you about a haunted doll.
Oh God.
And so this is a little doll, and it was a gift to a little girl in 2013. So this is fairly recent. It was an Elsa doll, from Frozen.
Oh. Okay.
And
I think I might know this.
Do you know this song, the super famous song that every little kid was singing was the Let It Go, Let It Go, Let It Go song? So this doll sang the Let It Go song when you pushed a button on the little necklace. And then this is a quote from the mom. It says, "For 2 years, it did that in English." The mother, Emily Madonia, said in 2015, it started doing it in alternating, bless you, between Spanish and English.
Weird.
Yeah. There wasn't a button that changed these. It was just random. And then the family had the doll for like over 6 years, they said, and
that's a
never
long time.
once changed the batteries. But it still kept singing.
Is Frozen 6 years old?
If it came out in 2013.
Oh, did it say that?
Well, that's when they got the doll.
Oh.
And that's the year. That's
wow. Why
almost
do I feel
8
like
years
that
ago.
was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, no kidding. So the mom then says it would randomly begin to speak and sing even with the switch turned off. And we've heard of that. We've heard of, toys like kind of just making noise even with those switches turned off.
Yeah, I mean, they're not made with the like most high quality.
No.
Especially when that's that old, like it's going to start glitching.
Okay, so then they're like, this is kind of creeping me out. So they decide to throw the doll away in 2019.
Okay.
But weeks later, they found it inside of a bench in their living room. And the mom says, like, quote, the kids insisted they didn't put it there. And I believed them because they wouldn't have dug through the garbage outside.
Yeah, kids lie all the time.
Yeah, maybe, they really wanted the doll. And, mom wanted to throw it away. But, little Susie wanted to keep it. So at that point, though, the Elsa doll, like, she stopped singing the English rendition of Let It Go, and she would only speak in Spanish when her button was pressed. So the family is like, okay, we're going to double bag this thing. We're going to put it at the bottom of the garbage, and we're going to put it in there on garbage day. So they put it in the trash can. They pull out the garbage to the, road or whatever. They go on a trip. And when they come back, Elsa, too, had come back.
Oh, no.
And she is in the backyard of their house.
Do they have a dog?
I didn't say that.
Do they have a neighbor who hates them?
And knows about their double bagging and going through the bottom of their trash can. So they're like, fuck no. So then what they did is they mailed the Elsa doll to a family friend in Minnesota.
Do they hate this family friend?
Well, they told the family friend about it. They probably could have gotten a lot of money for it on eBay.
Well, okay, I was wondering if you were heading that way because then I was not going to believe any of it.
Well, this family in Minnesota, they taped the doll to the front bumper of his truck.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, what are you asking, like, for a Christine rendition or something here?
Yeah.
Do you want to, like, have a haunted car? But apparently he's using it for, like hood ornament. And Elsa hasn't done anything creepy since.
Okay.
So that's one of my creepy, spooky stories.
That's, it is super creepy. But at the same time, I wonder how some of this stuff makes the news.
And why?
Yeah.
It's a slow news day, apparently.
I guess so. Like, how does it even, do they call up the, like, local news?
Well, it did.
about
It did say Madonia, the mom, whatever.
Uh-huh.
She told CPRC3 to Houston News.
Oh, okay.
So it was local news.
All right.
So I have one more fun story for you. So give me a couple of yours.
Okay. So I have a list of movies here because we did originally talk about doing like the true stories behind the movies.
Correct.
I'm going to give you all the titles on my little list here and you can tell me which one you want to hear about.
Okay.
Okay. First one up is Psycho. Then we have The Blob, the Amityville horror films, The Girl Next Door, which I've never seen.
Nope, don't know that one.
It came out in 2007. The Hills Have Eyes.
Creepy, scary movie.
Or Jaws.
I'm going to go with a classic. I want to hear about Psycho.
Psycho? Okay. I'm glad you picked that because I feel like the Amityville one has been told a bunch of times.
I was hoping you would say Scream.
Oh, is that based on a true story?
Oh, no, I just really like that movie.
Oh, really? Okay, so you said The Hills Have Eyes is like super creepy, right?
It scares me. That movie's terrible.
I couldn't get through it. I watched like the first, 15 minutes. I saw this in theaters. I got up and walked out.
Because it was too
gross.
much. I don't really remember all that much about it. I remember it kind of like traumatized me. Like I didn't like it. Like I like scary movies. I love scary movies. I don't like
There was like incest in it. There was like
it was,
rape in it. It was creepy.
That's kind of like how I feel about American Horror Story.
The freak show.
It just got to be too much.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I really liked the first few seasons, and then it just was like everything was like for shock value. Like the
lobster hands.
See, even that, I mean, yeah, that was a bit much. But even that didn't really bother me as much as the Gaga season.
I never got to that because I stopped at Freak Show. I really liked the first couple seasons. And then once I got to Freak Show, I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
So that's too bad. Before I tell you that, what is your favorite horror movie? Do you have one? Scream?
It.
Oh, yeah.
I want to say just because I think I watched it at like the perfect age to forever scar me of clowns.
So you're talking about the original then, the original movie.
Oh, I never saw the other one. I was too scared
really?
too. Mm-hmm.
It's good. It's really good.
I never watched it. I hated the ending of the original. I thought it was so lame.
It was dumb.
So lame. I did read the 1,472 page Stephen King book of it. I think they did a very good job recreating that book. But I never watched the second one.
It's good. I like it.
But I also love Scream, the original Scream, not 2 or 3 or however many more. And also, I think because that's like my high school years, the I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great movie. What's yours?
My favorite, and I don't know, I'm kind of curious. I should look it up on Rotten Tomatoes because I feel like it was never one that really got that much of attention. But The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Did you ever watch that one?
I don't think I did.
Okay, is this like the worst horror movie ever and nobody else likes it but me? I've got to look it up on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's based on a true story, right?
Yes. It's based on the same story that Exorcist is based on. I think they're all based on that same story, but they kind of modernized it. And the way it kind of goes is you are watching, I said that really weird. You're watching this court.
You're being possessed right now.
Maybe. You're watching this court trial going on where this priest is being put on trial because this young woman died while he was trying to perform an exorcism on her. And it kind of goes through like what his side of the story is, and it kind of goes back and forth, and he's like, well, I think she was possessed by a demonic spirit. And they're saying, no, she clearly had these mental disorders and needed medical help. And they're going back and forth, and it cuts from that to her actual life and when she started experiencing these.
Oh, this sounds really good.
It was really good. And the coolest thing about it is that like the jump scares and the creepiness about it was her acting. Not so much of like a bunch of like computer
bloody, gory.
Yeah, not a bunch of gory, stabby, gross, and like
more mind
what
fucks
am I trying to
than like gory, grossy stuff.
I gotta look it up. So
Rotten Tomatoes.
My favorite horror movie has a 44% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, there's worse movies.
But yeah, I liked it.
Wait, from the viewers or from the critics?
It's the total score. So I'm not sure. Apparently 85% of Google users liked the movie. I'm gonna give it a like. But yeah, it was really good. I'm trying to remember who the actress was. Jennifer Carpenter played
Should I know
Emily.
her?
I don't know. I'm terrible at that. But I thought she did a really good job. It's a great movie. Maybe I'll watch it this year for Halloween.
Can you watch it by yourself?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe in the daytime.
Okay, so I watched The Conjuring by myself, but in the daytime.
Okay, so that makes a big difference.
Oh, absolutely.
And
it wasn't even that scary to me. Okay, back to Psycho.
Okay. This, is possibly from BuzzFeed, but I don't remember and I didn't put my sources.
I didn't either.
So when a sheriff visited Ed Gein's Wisconsin farm in 1957, he was expecting to find a robbery suspect. Instead, he stumbled upon a true house of horrors. There was a bowl made out of a human skull and a chair, lampshade, and suit made out of skin. After Gein was arrested, investigators discovered the remains of 10 women at his farm. He was committed to a mental institution for the rest of his life. In 1959, author Robert Bloch used Gein as the model for Norman Bates in his novel Psycho, including Gein's unhealthy fascination with his domineering mother. And then Alfred Hitchcock turned it into a movie. Bonus, Gein also inspired Leatherface from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs, and Bloody Face from the TV show American Horror Story.
So that's what, when you were saying about like the lampshade and stuff, I totally thought about Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, yeah. Didn't he make a belt out of nipples? I think he did.
Have you heard my daughter say she rubs the lotion on the skin or else it gets the hose again?
You teach her some fun tricks.
That's a fun one. All right. Do you have another one for me or do you want me to do mine?
I'll pull up another one
Okay.
because I have a good one to end on. Have you ever watched The Girl Next Door or even heard about it?
Is that a movie?
Yeah, it's a horror movie that came out in 2007.
Never heard of it.
Me neither. I don't know. It kept coming up like in my searches. So apparently it's somewhat popular, but I had never heard of it. But apparently it was also based on a true story. And it is, where is it here? Okay. This disturbing movie tells the story of two teenage girls who were orphaned by their parents' death. They go to live with their aunt.
Stop it.
And she holds them captive, beats them, and tortures them. What a fun time. Ultimately leading to their death. Oh, wow. This is based off of the real life story of Sylvia Likens.
So unfortunately, when you're reading that, I'm like, that doesn't really sound too far-fetched because there's so many horrible people. Maybe because I'm in the true crime world, but I feel like people do horrible things like that to children.
Yeah, but okay, so
I don't know if I'd want to watch a movie about it.
I don't know. But these are your sister's kids.
Okay.
Like, why? Just why?
Why would you do that to your own children?
No, but like I'm saying, like, you don't even have to take them. You're not, even if you're like, I don't know, their godparent, whatever, that's not like legally binding. You can be like, no, sorry, don't want them. And let them go to somebody who would.
It's like a good family.
Yeah, it's weird.
Or how about not kill your wife who's pregnant and your two daughters and put them in oil cans? How about just run away and
how about
divorce your family?
File for divorce. Like, what?
Let's do that instead, people.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, that kind of changes things. So what do you think about seeing a movie that's based? Would you rather watch a horror movie based on a true story to make it creepier, or not based on a true story because of situations like we just talked about?
I think it would depend on the story.
Like, this one's probably not.
That doesn't sound good
entertaining.
To me. I think I'd be very depressed. Like, that doesn't sound good. But I also don't like Jigsaw. What are those movies?
Oh, shoot. Saw.
Yeah.
No, I don't like those movies either. They're not entertaining to me.
No.
I want a creepy backstory. And kind of a mystery and some suspense and some psychological shit.
But this is like the Disney person in me. I also want somewhat of a happy ending.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
I just remembered a really good horror movie that you and I both watched multiple times together.
Electric Grandmother?
What the hell is that?
That was a creepy movie. Like, it's like totally from the 80s. It was so, and it wasn't, I don't think it was really supposed to be creepy, but it was so creepy. Like, someone went and they wanted a grandma and they picked out like the color of her eyes and the color of her
And they made a robot?
Yes, robot grandma, but it was electric grandma. I'm going to find it for you. It's such a trip.
That reminds me of the super, super creepy episode of Outer Limits that for some reason we taped where this guy, I think he had a son that died and he tried to like recreate him as a robot. Remember that?
No.
Okay. You did watch it.
I believe you.
Okay. The movie, though, that I was thinking of that you and I both watched, see if you remember.
Okay.
I'm going to laugh too much. Candy.
Oh, shut up. So good.
Joyride.
So good. Such a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Oh, it had Paul Walker in it. I forgot about that.
I thought that's why we watched it 8,000 times.
It probably was,
Yeah.
but I forgot.
Oh, no. Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah, it was a good movie. So really quick, if you're not familiar with the movie.
Candy cane. Anybody seen my candy cane?
Oh, it's so good. I want to watch that. So the overview is it's summer break and college freshman Lewis Thomas has decided to embark on a cross-country road trip to pick up the girl of his dreams. But Lewis's romantic hopes hit a detour when he stops on the way to rescue his older brother, Fuller. His name is Fuller?
They were brothers?
Who goads him into playing practical jokes on a lonely trucker over a CB radio. Now that trucker, an unseen and terrifying force known by his CB handle, Rusty Nail, wants the last laugh.
Hey, Rusty Nail. It's me, Candy Cane.
Oh, that's such a good movie.
And that's not gory.
No. I mean, it kind of, well, no. Like, a lot of it was just suspense.
Yeah. It was, that's a good one. I like it.
What were we talking about?
Candy Cane.
Were you doing your story?
Sure. Okay. So this took place in 1904.
It was a long time ago.
And this is actually a news article taken from the New York Times.
Wow.
It was published on February 7th, 1904. So it says East Orange, New Jersey, February 6th. A New York businessman who lives in East Orange and is something of a pigeon fancier recently lost several of his finest birds.
Oh, no.
Through the... Oh, no.
What is it?
Depredations? What does that mean?
I don't know. You're going to make me look it up?
Depredations.
Let's use context clues.
Of vagrant cats.
I'm assuming those cats didn't just take them as pets.
No.
So he lost his pigeons to some cats.
And a few days ago, the losses became so heavy that he armed himself with a gun and lay in ambush one afternoon when he returned from the city.
Oh, no. Kitties.
After a wait, he saw a lean cat emerge from the cote, C-O-T-E. These are words that people said in 1904 that us 2021ers don't comprehend.
Coat?
With one of his finest pigeons in its mouth, he fired and the cat fell dead.
Oh.
In the early transports of his joy at having destroyed the thief, he forgot that there was yet a task for him to perform, but soon recollected that the body must be disposed of. First, he thought of digging a hole in the backyard and entering the cat therein, but then he trembled when he thought what the neighbors might think he was burying. At last, a bright idea struck him. Quote, I'll wrap the cat in papers and throw it off the ferry boat when I cross in the morning, he promised himself.
Oh, that's creepy.
So with the bundle neatly tied, he took the train on the following morning.
That's the creepy part.
He got off the train and boarded the boat, and there he was greeted by a group of friends from whom he could not escape. He reflected that he might have to make embarrassing explanations if he threw the bundle overboard while he was with them, and he deferred the act until the boat landed, thinking he could easily cast it away in an ash barrel on the way to the office. Trash can?
Yeah, I guess everybody smoked back then.
It's an ash barrel. He passed several ash barrels on his way, but somehow or other, someone always seemed to be gazing in his direction when he approached one, and once or twice he saw a watchful policeman. He recollected how unpleasant discoveries had been made in ash barrels, and he didn't want to be arrested on suspicion. So he went all the way to the office and carefully locked the body in a closet, reflecting he could throw it overboard on his way home.
Oh.
Going across the river that night, he met some more sociable acquaintances, and the cat boarded the train with him as a result. He laid the package down beside him and tried to become absorbed in his paper, but that everlasting cat haunted him. When he reached his station, he picked up a package and went home. Reaching there, he handed the bundle to the cook and, as indifferently as he could, told her to bury the cat in the backyard. "Yes, sir," said the woman.
Wait, he has...
The dead cat went all the way to work with him and came back home.
I'm just... I don't know. I was totally envisioning like a different type of person, but he has a cook?
Oh, yeah. He's like a fancy man. He has lots of pigeons and a job in an office.
Okay, I'm sorry. When I envision somebody who has lots of pigeons, I don't think of somebody who has a fancy life.
Well, he does.
Maybe I'm being pigeon prejudiced.
Oh, do you feed the birds?
I'm thinking of the chick
Toppins. Feed the birds.
What?
From Mary Poppins.
Oh, no. I was thinking of the pigeon lady from, what's
Mary
it
Poppins?
called? No. Home Alone.
Oh, yeah. She wasn't a fancy lady either.
No, but okay.
Okay. So, apparently he has a cook. "Yes, sir," said the woman. There were a few minutes of relief from the East Orangeette, but soon the cook reappeared. "I guess there's some mistake, sir.
He cooked the cat.
This isn't a cat in the paper. It's a nice leg of mutton." The man had evidently picked up the wrong bundle on leaving the train.
Oh, no, and somebody got the cats.
And he only hopes the other fellow who reached home with the dead cat doesn't learn his identity. Can you imagine?
Wow. That is not the way I was expecting it to go. I thought you were going to tell me that the cat came back to life and that is the origin story of Pet Sematary.
Ooh. Or their cats having 9 lives.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. All the twists and turns.
Kind of, I hate dead animal stories, but kind of a fun dead animal story.
Yeah.
Hopefully that man was just traumatized himself by all of that.
I hope so. Wow. Okay.
So that was my last spooky Halloween-y-ish story.
Yes. And speaking of animals, I was listening back to our last episode where we met our bat friend.
Who we have not seen tonight.
No, but I will say that you took like a 20-minute screaming conversation and made it into like a 30-second little clip. So I feel like we need to explain a little bit more about the bat situation.
Oh, I cut all of that.
Yeah,
I cut it all out. I didn't think people wanted to hear us like freaking out like that for so long.
Yeah, there was a bat and he's probably still here somewhere. There might be several more. And
one of my Peloton Facebook groups, there was someone that listens to our show, and she asked us
how the bat was.
How to go with the bat.
I think it might need to be our podcast pet.
Oh, I didn't tell you this yesterday, but when I came up here to set up before you got here.
Don't tell me he was dead.
Oh, no. It was flying around.
Oh, okay.
And it flew over to this corner of the pod loft. So I don't know if it was the same one or a different one, but then it didn't come back out. And we haven't seen it at all tonight.
I hope we didn't just ruin his sanctuary. I don't know. I think he needs to be our podcast mascot.
Maybe we should get bat tattoos.
Maybe we should name him Herbert.
Well, Herbert was the name of
the
someone
husband
in my last story.
Yeah, he was. He was the husband in your last story.
Let's name him Herbert.
You
Herbie.
like Herbert?
Herbie's cute.
Okay, I like that.
Herbie the bat.
Yeah. I feel like there was one other thing we needed to talk about.
From the last episode?
Oh, no. This was something that I wanted to mention at the very beginning of our podcast.
Tonight?
Yes.
Go.
that we have received your messages on Instagram. And if we have not responded, it's because of Instagram.
Did we not respond?
No, I didn't respond because
I did.
Oh, you did?
Well, I responded to a few people.
Okay, so maybe you have responded. But the way this works, because Rosa and I both have access to the Instagram account,
Correct.
at least on my end, I don't receive notifications when you message us. So if we didn't respond, we're not ignoring you.
We have to actually click the message button
Okay.
to see if there are, in fact, messages.
Because I get like little notifications for my personal Instagram account, but for whatever reason, I don't for the Ripple account. And we've had several listener story
Suggestions.
requests, which we're going to do.
There's a couple really good ones.
Oh, okay. So I saw that we got them, but I haven't like looked into the stories all that deeply. We need to decide who's doing.
And
which.
there's a couple people that want to hang out with us that are local. And
Yeah.
we want to do some form of a live show.
And this is the first time hearing of this. I didn't agree to this.
I'm in talks with a...
No, you're not. You're full of shit. And moving on to the next story.
I'm in talks with a person who owns a facility that we can go do a live show at.
Moving on. I didn't agree to any of this.
Well, I haven't agreed to it either,
Okay.
but we're doing it. So stay tuned for a live show.
Okay, I have my last story here. And Rosa,
Yes.
did you decorate for Halloween?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
So I have a whole bunch of black snakes throughout my house.
Okay.
And like just throughout the house, like, you know, on my crystals or in plants
Her
or
crystals. Of course, that's the first thing that she uses to describe her house is not her crystals.
well, yeah, I have lots of those. And then I have a giant fuzzy black spider on, you know, we have that big picture behind the couch. It's like taking over that picture, like climbing up it.
Oh, fun.
I have a skull, just like a random skull sitting on a counter or on a cabinet thing. And then I have like a big skeleton, Mr. Bones.
Uh-huh.
And Mr. Bones?
Uh-huh.
His name is Mr. Bones. He's rad. And then we also put like decorations on our gate. So we have like spider webs and spiders on our gate.
I saw that in your mailbox.
On our mailbox, we have like on one side of the mailbox is like creepy alien eyes. And then on the other side of the mailbox is like creepy, like red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I did decorate.
So imagine
Okay.
you are bringing these decorations home.
Mm-hmm.
They come in this box from your local Kmart.
They
You
don't have
open-
those anymore.
Well, in 2019 they did. Actually, you know what? I take this back. I think this was purchased before 2019. It was opened in 2019.
Okay.
And it was the most frightening thing about a graveyard kit bought at this local Kmart from an Oregon woman. It wasn't anything to do with the decorations.
So like a graveyard kit, I guess it doesn't matter if it doesn't have anything to do. But I'm thinking it's like a bunch of like tombstones and maybe like hands that kind of stick out of the ground.
That's kind of what I envisioned as like one of those kits of things that you like stick in your yard.
Okay.
Like lawn art.
Not that it
lawn
really
decorations.
matters to the story.
No.
Okay.
So when this Oregon woman opened up the box, she found a written note from a Chinese factory worker who claimed that he and others were tortured and enslaved and forced to be in these labor camps making toys and decorations for 15 hours a day with no pay and no days off.
Oh, well, that's really sad.
He went on to plead for the letter to be forwarded to the World Human Rights Organization.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. And the woman did just that.
Okay, wait. So this man,
Yes.
You said it was a man,
Mm-hmm.
wrote a note, stuck it in this Halloween decoration box.
Yes.
But he was in China
Yes.
and he wrote in English
Yes.
well enough to be understood.
Well, okay, that was You and I have the same brain because that was my thought exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to pull up pictures because what she did initially, which I think unfortunately, fortunately, I don't know, is what a lot of people would do, is that she went to Facebook and she was like, hey, I found this thing in my Kmart box of tombstones and wiggly hands or whatever. What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to show you pictures of the note. So Rosa, I'm showing you now the letter that this woman found when she was going to decorate her yard for Halloween.
Oh my gosh, this is like a really long letter.
Imagine finding that. So like, I think when I would open a box to decorate or whatever, and there's some random ass piece of paper, I would be like, you know what? I know how to stick foam tombstones in the ground. I don't need to read some instructions. I don't know if I would have even paid attention to this letter if it were stuck in the box.
I probably wouldn't have either, unless I could see like handwriting on it. But I also don't buy this for a second.
You don't buy it?
Mm-mm.
You don't think it's real?
Mm-mm.
So
Nope.
tell me why.
Because when I get fortune cookies, sometimes the translation of a fortune cookie, which is supposed to be translated to English, doesn't even make sense. This is like fully comprehensible.
Wait, read it. Because I didn't actually read it. We'll
Okay.
put this on the Instagram if you guys want to read it.
Sir, if you occasionally buy this product, please kindly resend this letter to the World Human Rights Organization. And things are spelled correctly, like RIGHT.
Maybe he had a Chinese to English dictionary and was like doing...
No, but there's multiple ways to spell right. Like, I'm going to write to you. I'm going to turn right.
Well, yeah, but if he's looking up the definition of what right means from whatever it means in Chinese, like
he's working 15 hours a day.
I don't know.
Okay, so thousands of people here who are under the persecution of the Chinese Communist Party government will thank and remember you forever. New paragraph.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. This product produced by Unit 8, Department 2, Labor Camp, Shenyang, and then a whole bunch of Chinese like characters.
Letters. Characters.
Characters.
Not character. They're not drawing little characters.
They're not trying like
Here's my portrait, but in a
Uh-huh.
really exaggerated, funny way, so you
It's
really
like a
understand my
cartoon.
features.
People who work here have to work 15 hours a day without Saturday, Sunday break, and any holidays. Otherwise, they will suffer torturement,
Torture.
but it says torturement.
See?
And then some more Chinese words. There's some word. Okay, yeah, there are
But
some
we
words
kind of get
in
the
here.
gist of it. Like, you understand that this person
They're
is...
meant- Yes. So it's like, hey, we're in a bad situation. Can you help get us out of here?
Yeah, they're working for the communist regime and against their will, and they're basically forced labor camps, and they're notifying this woman, begging for any sort of help that she could potentially offer, probably risking his life in doing so. And she finds all of this in a cheap little fucking Kmart Halloween decoration. So she goes ahead, she puts it on Facebook, and let me tell you what happens next.
Okay. I might believe it a little more than I did initially, but I still don't know if I buy it. I mean, that person's got really nice writing.
Yeah. Oh, so I didn't realize, sorry, that the article had already taken like all of the text from that letter and written it out in.
Oh,
You didn't have to
like,
read it directly
like
off of
try
that.
to make out what they were writing.
Yeah. So the woman who found it went onto Facebook and she wrote, quote, I found this in a box of Halloween decorations. She typed beneath the photo of the letter. She wanted to spread the message. The Facebook post sparked a new slew of responses. Her friends had heard about labor camp horrors, but a letter from one of those camps, never. So one of the friends said that I'm sure the person feared for his or her life to include this letter, which is kind of what I was saying.
Uh-huh.
And they obviously took a huge risk in sending it. So they actually determined that the labor camp was located in the industrialized capital of the, I don't know how to pronounce it, province in northeast China. A Google search of the camp yielded these grim results. So it was a legit place. If this thing is the real deal, that's somebody saying, please help, please know about me, please react. One of her friends stated, that's our job.
Oh, now I feel kind of bad.
That you didn't believe it.
Yeah.
See, good thing Rosa wasn't the person who found this letter. She would have been like,
I don't shop at Kmart.
So they went ahead and they kind of created this little Facebook group, kind of like
Don't fuck with cats.
Exactly. And they tracked this down and they determined that Title 19 Section 1307 U.S. Code generally prohibits importation of all items mined, produced, or manufactured in any foreign country by convict labor, forced labor, and or indentured labor.
What does that mean?
What
you just said.
So basically it's illegal to import goods that is from
a labor camp.
Yes.
Okay.
Which unfortunately I think happens probably all the time and we just don't talk about it. So they went ahead
Shop
and
local.
They went ahead and they contacted the Oregon U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement about this letter, and they contacted ICE Homeland Security Investigations, and they began to open this case and look into it further. So Sears Holdings Corporation, which operates Kmart, released a letter about this whole deal. You know what I mean. Sears Holdings has a global compliance program which helps ensure that vendors and factories produce merchandise for our companies, adhere to specific program requirements and all local laws pertaining to employment standards and workplace practices. Failure to comply with any of these program requirements included blah, 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 blah. Basically, they're like, yeah, we need to investigate this.
Okay. So they're taking it seriously.
Exactly. This happened, like I said, in 2019, and it kind of got buried, with other things that were happening right around the end of 2019. So we didn't really hear about it that much. But
so what happened?
It's still under investigation.
They're trying to find this.
They're trying to find this camp. They're trying to find out what's going on.
Now I feel really bad
about not believing it. But think about it. I bet that kind of shit happens all the time, and we just buy it.
Notes hidden?
No, well, not necessarily that there's secret notes, but there's these labor camps.
Oh, well, there's sex trafficking is a real thing. There's labor camps, a real thing. This world is a horrible place. There's very scary things happening in this world.
Okay, you took it to another level, but I was
sorry.
just basically saying, yeah, maybe we shouldn't be buying so much shit from China all the time because it's cheap and convenient. Maybe we should be focusing more on buying, like you said,
shopping
things
local.
that are local, where we know that people are held to a standard
and treated fairly.
Right. So yeah, that's really shitty. It's still under investigation. Happy hell. Oh. Me.
Wait, you wanted to end on this story?
I did, just because I thought it was such a long story and so in depth, and it had to do with Halloween, and it was so creepy and
it is a very creepy story
and really sad.
It is.
I when I was reading it originally, I thought it was Sears has decided to no longer buy from whatever factory. And it's well, great. Now those people are all useless to this Chinese communist regime, and who knows what's going to happen to them.
Yeah.
But hopefully these organizations are aiding in
and shutting down these horrible places.
Yeah, but again, it's communism. And what are you going to do? And I'm going to drink some more cider and vodka. Can you tell me a happy story? Can you look up a happy story really quick?
I told you my cat story.
Yeah, about a fucking dead cat that some guy shot because it was just trying to have a hot meal on a cold Halloween night.
Okay, here's a little fun, creepy story that I just looked up from Reader's Digest. So it's a quick little story.
Okay.
And it's called A Mother's Love.
Oh, God.
Some people actively go out looking for ghost encounters. Their names are Rosa and Angela.
Okay.
And every once in a while, they find one. When Kevin was a teenager, he and his friends had heard about a dangerous turn on a nearby highway that caused many accidents over the years.
Hey, we have one of those.
We totally have one of those.
Dead Man's Curve.
Uh-huh. The most well-known story was of a mother who took her own life after her son had crashed his car and died there. It was said around town that her ghost remained at the deadly turn to protect people from ending up like her deceased child. Very similar to the one where on Rose Avenue where the ghost is haunting looking for her child.
Not at all.
Well, she's looking for her child. She's not warning people.
Yeah, but she killed her kids.
She did?
Yeah.
I thought she was just looking for them. I didn't know
No,
how
she
they
drowned
died.
them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a mom. That's similar.
She gave birth.
So Kevin and his friends decided to put that theory to a test. At night, Kevin drove his friends out to the highway. When the group of boys arrived at the turn, they pulled over. They'd brought a bag of flour with them and proceeded to sprinkle the white powder on the road, the grass, and the car.
Wait, why?
The idea was to get footprints to prove that the ghost was indeed real. Because, ghosts walk around and have footprints. They don't just float.
That's how you find a ghost?
Apparently. So the boys hopped back in and began to take the car around the turn. Kevin accelerated faster and faster, and then thump. The car came to an abrupt halt.
It hit a ghost.
As if someone had slammed down on it with their own two hands. They immediately got out of the car and saw two woman-sized handprints in the white flour on the hood.
Creepy.
Okay, is that a better story to end on?
It also freaks me out to know that some people don't have an internal dialogue.
I have an internal dialogue, but I don't have visual internal.
You don't have an internal
visualization. I don't. I can't see. My inside of my head is black. I need to do a story one day on that, how I can't visualize anything.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to catch you one of these days
Okay.
telling me about something you're visualizing. And then I'm just going
But
to
I
be
remember things, like I remember my dreams, but I can't see them, but I know them.
But I think, like, I can't see it. Like, I can't just close my eyes and see it crystal clear. Just like I'm playing a movie inside my head. I can just like visualize it almost like a fuzzy TV.
I don't even have fuzziness. I have nothing. I have black in my head.
I don't know.
But I do have an internal dialogue. And actually I have an internal radio station as well. Because I always have a song playing.
Oh, yeah.
Always, constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Even while I'm thinking. There's always a song in the background.
Do you know, I don't know what, well, obviously, this just reminded me when I was like 12 years old and I was like visualizing one day. I kind of designed a whole little like talk show studio for my internal dialogue.
Oh.
Is that weird?
Yeah.
And like there's like a little me and I'm going to be like this little talk show host to talk to myself in my internal dialogue.
That's from like Lizzie McGuire.
I bet you're right. I bet you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I bet that influenced it.
I bet it did too.
Uh-huh.
Does your internal dialogue ever have accents?
Not necessarily accents, but she definitely has like her professional voice versus her like hanging out with friends voice.
Oh no, mine have like full on accents, like from different like regions.
Yeah, I think you've told me this.
Uh-huh. I also like I say vividly, but like very much remember like going on walks and hearing a voice. And I don't know if this is an internal dialogue or hearing voices, which maybe I shouldn't really be admitting to, but telling me to walk faster or slower or turn right or left. No? Am I creeping you out a little bit?
But you're not telling yourself that?
No, I was hearing it. Like a voice was telling me to do it. Like,
yeah, that's not normal.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Like I can tell myself, hey, you need to run faster because you're being a lazy piece of shit, you know? But
No.
like not
This is
somebody else.
This is somebody else telling me.
All right.
Do I need to cut that part out of the podcast?
I think you need to watch The Exorcism of Emily Rose this Halloween. And tell me how that turned out for her.
Oh, awesome. Okay, on that note.
This barrel or
bucket
is like cutting into my ass.
Maybe by the next episode, we'll have like actual chairs.
Yeah, if you guys want to send us chairs, our P.O. box is...
DM us on Instagram.
Seriously.
Okay, next episode is you? Me.
Yeah.
You.
It's me.
Okay. And what are you talking about?
I have, and it's going to be a little bit late because this is coming out. This is going to be our last episode before Halloween.
Right.
But I do have a listener suggestion about a Halloween-y type topic.
Okay.
But, you know, it's still spooky season. It's still getting dark earlier, and
We can do it.
there's always time for...
And we love all these listener suggestions we've been getting. It's
Yeah.
super cool. One of these days, we'll actually go back to our map and like hit all our states.
I was just
going
going to say we've been off the map for a while now.
I'm the map.
I'm the map.
But this is super cool. No, we've been getting quite a few suggestions, which is super fun.
Yep. Keep
I mean,
sending
that
them.
might be
I like it.
that there's more than 2 people listening. Maybe
Wouldn't
there's
that be great?
3 now. Maybe. All right. So tell a friend and maybe we'll get a listener suggestion from them too. But happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Go have your mom check your candy for razor blades.
Go watch a spooky movie.
Send us all the Reese's cups. And don't forget to be a fountain.
Not a drain.
Bye.
Bye.